The Chrysler 200 is our new midsize sedan and really makes for a great combination of performance and technology with comfort and style. I personally really like the design work up front. The new Chrysler wing badge and grille just give it a really strong presence coming on down the road. And I also really like the attention to detail up front. The projector beam headlamps give it a nice modern refined look, and right here on the inside edge of the lens cover there's an LED accent lighting strip just for a really cool look there. Now further down we do have fog lamps available. They do a really good job of keeping the road surface right in front of the vehicle illuminated so you have good visibility without too much glare in the fog or in the snow, and they also use a projector style lamp, so again, just a really cool look. Now under the hood of the 200 we have two different engines available. The first is a 2.4 liter four-cylinder. It makes 173 horsepower, 166 pound-feet of torque, and you can team it up with either a 4-speed or a 6-speed automatic. Now if you're looking for a little more power or performance, we also have a new engine, a 3.6 liter V6, and it makes 283 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. That's a whole lot of power for a vehicle in this segment. That's also a whole lot of power for a vehicle this size and weight. It gives us outstanding power to weight ratio, which of course means really good acceleration off the line and really good passing power out on the highway. Now we team that V6 up with a 6-speed automatic transmission, again, pretty rare for a vehicle in this segment, and that means really smooth acceleration. It also means we keep the engine in its peak power band, whether you're cruising through the city streets or out on the highway, which means if you need that power, it's always underfoot, immediately available. And the best part is that power comes with very good fuel efficiency as well. We get 29 miles to the gallon on the highway, so of course you'll save money driving the 200 on a day-to-day basis. Now the entire vehicle is covered with a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, but the engine and transmission are also covered by a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So of course that adds a lot of value to the vehicle and hopefully saves you money over the years. Suspension on the 200 is fully independent. We use McPherson struts up front and a multi-link suspension in the rear, and the engineers have really spent a lot of effort in the suspension to give us a lot better performance and handling characteristics. We also have standard stabilizer bars in the front and the rear, so that helps to keep the vehicle on a more even keel as you're going through those turns. A lot less body roll, so you don't feel your head bounce back and forth quite so much on the inside or feel your briefcase slide back and forth, and that also has the effect of keeping those tires in good contact with the road, so as you go through those turns, you'll also have much better handling characteristics. The standard wheels on the 200 are 17-inch wheels, which is really pretty impressive for this segment, and we also have 18-inch aluminum wheels available, so if you want to just have a little more road presence, that's a great choice. They make a nice touch. Now speaking of the wheels, we do have a standard tire pressure monitoring system for the 200, and I think that's a great feature. A lot of people drive down the road with their tires improperly inflated on a regular basis simply because they don't want to take the time to get out, down on their hands and knees and check. The problem is that with improperly inflated tires, you compromise your performance, you compromise your fuel efficiency, and worst of all, you can compromise your safety. So on the 200, if you have an improperly inflated tire, a little light in the instrument panel will let you know. As a matter of fact, on the Touring and Limited models, the system will tell you actual tire pressure at all 4 wheels while you're driving. So if you do have a tire pressure issue, you'll know exactly what it is and where it is, so you can go ahead and take care of it. Make sure you keep your vehicle in top running order from a performance, efficiency, and safety standpoint. Speaking of safety, we have a number of safety features on the 200, all designed to help you avoid an accident. The first, 4-wheel disc anti-lock brakes as standard equipment. And anti-lock brakes are great, particularly when you're on those slippery conditions, making an emergency braking maneuver. They just give you a lot better control. The braking system also includes a feature called Brake Assist, which I think is a really cool feature as well. Brake Assist takes a look at how quickly you're applying the brake pedal. In other words, it looks to see if you're in a panic or emergency stopping situation. And if you are, that feature actually gives you maximum brake pressure right away to help shave down your stopping distance, which of course can be the difference between getting into an accident and avoiding one. And we also have a traction control system for the 200. If you've ever hit the gas pedal and felt the wheels beneath you sort of break free and start to spin, you know that you lose control over your vehicle when that happens, and that's when traction control kicks in. It can reduce the amount of power going to the spinning wheels. It can even piggyback the braking system to slow the wheels back down to their appropriate speed, so again, you maintain a little bit more control. Now, we also have a really advanced system called electronic stability control. And this system takes a look at the vehicle's intended path. In other words, it takes a look at how much you're steering the vehicle, how much gas you're giving to the vehicle, or how much you're on the brakes, and then it compares that information to where the vehicle is actually going. So for example, if you're on a slippery road one day and you try to steer the vehicle, but it continues to plow forward, that's when the electronic stability control system kicks in. And again, by managing the engine power and by managing the braking system, it can help to bring the vehicle back onto its intended path, again, so you maintain more control and hopefully avoid an accident. I know that's a whole lot of high-tech stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all great equipment designed to help protect you, your friends, and your family. There are a couple of styling cues here at the back of the 200 that I really like. First of all, the Chrysler wing badge and the chrome strip that runs all the way along the back of the trunk, I think just add a nice elegant touch to the vehicle. And I also like the way the chrome strip sort of integrates here with the tail lamps. And by the way, we do have LEDs or light emitting diodes in the tail lamps. They light up more brightly than conventional brake lamps, so people behind you can see you a little bit better. And the LEDs also last longer than conventional brake lamps, so you're a lot less likely to have to replace them over the years. But to be honest, the reason I really like the LEDs is quite simply they make the car look a lot cooler. Now, you can always open up your trunk simply by touching a button on the key fob, which of course is really convenient. And when you open the trunk, you'll find a nice big cargo area, approximately 14 cubic feet. And one thing I think's really great is we've moved the hinges off to the side. So when you close the trunk, you don't have to worry about the hinge dipping down into the cargo area and smashing any valuables you might have placed inside. Now, if you need more cargo space, we do have a 60-40 split folding bench seat, so you can fold on one side or the other side, or of course both sides, and put some larger items in there when you're doing your weekend chores or running the errands. Now, if you have something that's not necessarily large but simply long, instead of folding the seats down, you can keep them in their upright position and fold the center armrest down, because we do have an available pass-through. So if you have water skis or snow skis or something along those lines, you can fold down the armrest, pass the skis through the armrest, and still have the ability to drive with 4 people in the car. So overall, just a really versatile and user-friendly vehicle from a cargo capability standpoint. Now, I know I mentioned a number of safety features earlier that are all designed to help you avoid an accident in the first place, but the 200 also has a number of great safety features to help protect you, your friends, and your family if you ever do get into an accident. For starters, we have front seat active head restraints. So if you're ever hit from the rear end, the head restraints will actually tilt forward to reduce the amount of space between the back of your head and the head restraint, so we really reduce the potential for whiplash when you're rear-ended. Now, if you're ever hit from the front, we do have multi-stage front airbags, and they're designed to deploy with just the right amount of force based upon the severity of impact. So whether you get into a higher speed or a slower speed accident, they'll come out with just the right amount of force. Now, if you're ever hit from the side, up front, we do have seat-mounted side impact airbags. They help to protect the upper body. And for both rows, we do have side curtain airbags as well. So if you're ever hit from the side, they help to protect the head and the thorax area. Now, if you travel with your children on a regular basis, we also have the latch system here in the back seat. And that gives you really secure and convenient anchoring points to install a child safety seat. So, of course, it gives you a lot more peace of mind when you're traveling with your children. Now, when it comes to security, 2 great features. The first is a security alarm. So if anybody ever actually tries to break into the vehicle, that will trigger the alarm and also shut down the ignition system. The other is what we call the Sentry key. If anybody ever tries to start your vehicle without the Sentry key, again, the ignition system is shut down, so nobody can drive off with your vehicle. Now, when it comes time for you to get into your vehicle, we do have remote keyless entry, and we also have a remote start system available, which I really like on those particularly hot afternoons or cold mornings. You can actually start the vehicle a few minutes in advance remotely and let the heating and air conditioning system do their job, so when you jump into the vehicle, it's a lot more comfortable. Now, when you do jump inside, you'll find a really luxurious feel, some really nice styling cues. First of all, right in the center stack where we have the audio system, a really nice piano black finish and some really nice silver and chrome accents throughout the gauges and instrumentation. And right in the center of the instrument panel, we have a beautiful analog clock. The leather seats are available with French accent stitching to create a really nice look. And we also have a leather-wrapped steering wheel available, really nice to the touch. And the armrests and the doors are padded, nice and soft and really comfortable on those longer drives. And speaking of comfort, we also have an available 8-way power driver's seat. And we also have power mirrors. And by the way, the mirrors are heated as well. So on those colder days when they tend to frost up, you still maintain really good visibility. The 200 has an available automatic temperature control system, which is another feature I really like for those longer drives. When you jump into the vehicle, you can simply set the system to the temperature that's right for you, and then as you're driving, whether the sun comes out or the clouds come over, the system will continuously make adjustments to keep you comfortable so you don't have to continuously fidget with the system. Now, if you want to let some fresh air in, the 200 does have an available power sunroof, and we also have a ton of nice little creature comforts, the little things that really make the ownership experience a lot nicer. For starters, a center console that has 2 levels of storage. On the top, there's a smaller tray, so you could put something like your cell phone there, and then underneath, a deeper storage compartment, so you can put your larger items in there. Up front, we also have, on both the driver's side and passenger side, express down windows available. So with a simple touch on the window switch, you can lower the window fully or raise it fully, again, with just one touch, so you don't have to continuously hold the button down. I find that really convenient when I'm going through a toll booth or when I'm simply getting a parking ticket from a parking lot. We also have an auto-dimming rear view mirror. So if somebody's behind you at night with their brights on or simply driving too close with their low beams on, it dims the intensity of those lights, and that way you don't have quite so much glare and you're not blinded, and you maintain better visibility. Now, we also have cruise controls and audio controls standard directly mounted to the steering wheel. So when you're making continuous adjustments to the systems that you tend to use the most, you can still keep your hands on the wheel and your attention on the road. Speaking of the audio systems, we've got a great story there with the 200. First of all, every audio system in the 200 can play MP3 files. So if you like to burn your own CDs, you can play them right on board. We also have an available Boston Acoustics speaker system. 276-watt, 6-channel amplifier with 6 speakers and a subwoofer. Really nice sound quality. And you can team that up, if you want, with an optional hard drive-based audio system. It has a 30-gigabyte storage drive, so for most people, you can store your entire music library right on board. You don't have to carry your CDs in and out of the car anymore every time you go for a drive. Now, that system also includes a USB port. You can hook your iPod up to it, listen to your iPod, and keep it charged while you're driving, so whenever you get to your final destination, you don't have a drained iPod. The system also includes Sirius satellite radio, and we'll pay for the subscription for the first year, and it all comes together on a 6.5-inch touchscreen display, really easy to use, and on top of that, when you're parked, you can even play DVDs or movies on that screen. So if you're waiting for somebody at the cell phone lot in the airport, you can pass the time a little bit better. Now, on top of that, you can upgrade to a navigation system. Now, the beauty is you can control the navigation and entertainment system with a feature we call Uconnect. Uconnect allows you to use your voice to tell the navigation system where you want to go, tell the stereo system what you want to listen to, and you can also use Uconnect to make hands-free calls with your Bluetooth-enabled cell phone. You can leave your phone right in your pocket or in your purse or in your briefcase and your hands on the wheel, and simply by using your voice, make a phone call so that you can have your attention where it belongs, out on the road in front of you. So as I said right up front, the new 200 is really just a great car, a perfect combination of performance under the hood, of value and comfort and style on the inside and the outside, and some great safety features as well. But of course, the best way to experience it is to jump in behind the wheel and take it out for a drive. So what do you say we jump on in and take it for a spin?